Imagine a time when war meant burning cities to the ground and dragging thousands of people into lifelong slavery. But even in that dark age, there lived an emperor who, after conquering a kingdom with his sword, chose to embrace his enemies instead of taking revenge. An emperor whose decree, 2,500 years later, is honored at the United Nations headquarters as the world's first Charter of Human Rights. Who was this great ruler? And why is he called the most compassionate king in history? This true story will change the way you look at power forever. About 2,500 years ago, in the heart of the Middle East, a massive empire was rising, Persia. Its founder was Cyrus the Great. In history, he is known as a king who was invincible in bravery but as vast as the ocean in heart. The year was 539 BCE. At that time, the most powerful and impregnable city in the world was Babylon. Babylon was surrounded by massive, towering walls, so thick that 4 chariots could easily race side by side atop them. King Belshazzar of Babylon believed that no force on earth could conquer his city. But Cyrus was a brilliant strategist. Instead of a direct assault, he diverted the flow of the Euphrates River that ran through the city. As the water level dropped, Cyrus's army marched through the riverbed and entered the city silently under the cover of night. The city of Babylon was in the middle of a festival. When the Persian soldiers suddenly appeared inside the gates, the people were paralyzed with terror. They knew the brutal customs of the time. When a king conquered a city, he would burn it to ashes, execute the men, and take the women and children as slaves. Every citizen of Babylon was bracing for a violent death. But the next morning, when Emperor Cyrus entered the main gate on his horse, a strange sight unfolded. Cyrus did not come with a raised sword. He made no threats. Instead, he made a historic proclamation. "I have come to liberate you, not to destroy you." He gave strict orders to his soldiers that no civilian was to be harmed. No property was to be looted. Cyrus declared that every person in Babylon was completely free to practice their own religion. No one would be forced to convert. The people of Babylon were speechless at such unexpected mercy. The most miraculous event occurred when Cyrus learned about the thousands of Jews who had been held captive as slaves in Babylon for decades. Previous Babylonian rulers had dragged them from Jerusalem and destroyed their holy temples. Cyrus did not just set them free, he provided funds from his own royal treasury to help them return to their homeland and ordered the rebuilding of their sacred temple. This was the first time in history a conqueror had restored the rights of a defeated nation in such a way. Cyrus engraved these noble laws on a baked clay cylinder, known today as the Cyrus Cylinder. Today, when we talk about human rights and freedom of speech, we often forget that the seeds were sown by this emperor, 2,500 years ago. The true story of Cyrus the Great reminds us that real power does not lie in the sharp edge of a sword, but in kindness and just rule. He did not just conquer empires, he conquered the souls of humanity. This is why, even after 2.5 millennia, his name remains written in gold in the pages of history.